Bienvenidos al podcast Viva la Vida. Soy tu host Silvana y quiero empoderarte a encontrar qué significa para ti el bienestar holístico, explorando la conexión con tu cuerpo, alma y corazón, con meditaciones, charlas personales y conversaciones vulnerables de amantes de la vida apasionados como yo por el bienestar, veganismo, yoga, entre otros. Si estás listo para inspirarte, aprender, crecer y elevar la energía de tu vida, has venido al lugar correcto. Me llena de emoción tenerte aquí. Hello everyone and welcome to the Viva La Vida podcast with me, Silvana la Vegana. Today will be a very interesting episode because it's the very first time I'm recording an episode in English. So bear with me. The reason behind it is because I'm looking to expand everyone's knowledge on holistic wellness and veganism through this platform. And some of the amazing folks that I know are from different parts of the world. So Spanish may not be one of their native languages, and English is not my native language. So that's why I have an accent. And anyways, now that I have gave my PSA, today's episode is about a brand that I fell in love with the first time I bought it. I'm pretty hardcore advocate on buying local and support our local brands and their different products. But to be honest, in Guatemala, there are not many non-super processed vegan gluten-free options out there. So for me, another option is to look outside my market. And that's how I landed me in the most amazing, delicious, and cool alternatives like this one that is Nuco Organic. They have coconut wraps, coconut oil, cereal made out of coconut, vegan mayo with coconut, and coconut cider. They are committed to creating healthier alternatives to foods that increase risk of deadly chronic diseases such as cancer and heart rate disease. By creating value coconut products, they hope to give peace of mind to those with dietary restrictions and simple enjoyment to those who don't. I would like to welcome Marka. Hi, Marka.
Hi, Silvana. How are you today? Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Tell me a little bit about yourself and the role in this amazing family-owned conscious company.
I've been with NUCO for a few years. I come to this business as someone who helps brands get on shelf in stores, also some online accounts. I'm into this business for the natural health and wellness reasons. I live a healthy lifestyle. I make sure I work out daily and eat organic and simple healthy ingredients. And I really like to support products and brands that do that as well. So NUCO is a good fit for me. I really believe in their products, what they're doing. They really come to this space as a conscious company, really born out of wanting to help the community and people who are looking for healthier products.
What did you study in college or your master's degree?
I actually studied journalism.
Cool.
With a minor in marketing. So journalism, emphasis in public relations, and then I got a minor in marketing. So, it translates, it's something that you can really take anywhere. I had some health issues probably about 15 years ago that I found cleared up when I went on a gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, egg-free diet. And it really is amazing to see how well, just changing your diet, can actually work to fixing your health problems.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of got into natural health, just through my own health issues. And then I actually started my own food product company as well, doing gluten-free pizza and tortillas. And that lasted for probably about 6 years. And then I decided to go out and decided to help other companies that, are working on building their brand and getting out in front of customers. So that's basically my background.
You became kind of like an advisor for brands because of your experience, not only through journalism marketing, but to have your own business and know all the secrets behind building a brand, having a product that you have to place in different shelves, and that journey really help you to be in a place where you can give other people's brands this kind of service, right? And everything is in line with the health related products, because I feel like if you're working in this industry, everything has to be aligned to what your purpose and what you really do believe in, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially, I think there's a very sophisticated consumer out there that's into health and wellness, and they know a lot. They're very educated. They know their stuff. And so when brands come along and they're just maybe kind of posing and, trying to get into the market and the space, I think the consumers pick up on, kind of what's real and what's not. Are they just after my money, or do they really have something that, is good for me and is legitimate?
So with Nuco, that is this new part of your career, let's start a little bit from the beginning. What's the story and reason why behind the brand?
Yeah, so Nuco is very interesting. It started by three brothers. Their parents own a coconut oil company in the Philippines. Coconut oil is a lower margin product. So it sells on the open market as a commodity that doesn't get very high margins. So coconut farmers, you can really only pay so much for the material. And so Ricky, Ron, and Monchet Santos decided they wanted to come up with products that were innovative and unique and would capture a higher price point, so that they could then in turn pay coconut farmers more for the product, for the coconut. So they basically, came up with the coconut wraps, the coconut crunch cereal, and that provides them a way to, like I said, pay more for the product, which helps the farmers. It also helps the manufacturers. The coconut wraps are made in Cebu, which is an island in the Philippines. And basically, it's in a very remote little town where the entire town is being employed to make the coconut wraps and the coconut crunch cereal. So it's really done well in their mission to give back to the farmers, and then just help provide people with jobs and things they didn't have beforehand.
And I find so inspiring how the mission behind the brand, it's kind of like this buy and help thing where you are a conscious brand, but then it aligns with conscious consumers. And does the upbringing of the owners of Nuco inspire them to resolve the inequity in Philippines to the coconut farmers, or were they more inspired to just help out because it's something that they feel really passionate about?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they recognized the issue with the coconut farmers not making a lot on their product. And so they decided to come up with something that would, in fact, pay a higher value and, bring a higher margin to those coconut farmers. So that's really where their passion lies. That's right.
So the wraps and the products are made in Philippines, and then you guys headquarters are in California, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So everything is made in the Philippines and gets brought over by ship.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have, you know, issues sometimes with, getting the product here with whatever's going on with, sometimes a higher volume of product being brought over from Asia. And so, we can sometimes experience delays. So there is that part of it that sometimes is difficult to work with, but great coconut is a product of the Philippines. So that's where it's made and that's where it comes from.
And it's really amazing how you are really using mostly all of the coconut, because you are doing it oil, you're doing with ciders, the wraps. It's almost you don't have anything left more than maybe the outside of the coconut, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. And the shell can actually be used for like activated charcoal.
Mm.
They can break that down and they can use the entire coconut. So, yeah, the coconut wraps are made with coconut meat, coconut water, coconut oil, all those parts of the coconut. So, yeah, it's a nice product that's simple ingredients. You look at it, you know exactly what you're putting in your body, and they're easy to make something with. You take your favorite ingredients, wrap it up, and
Hmm.
you have a pretty quick meal in minutes.
Apart from being really easy ingredients, what makes Nuco products stand out on shelves? Because you guys are, well, in the States, are in a really competitive market right now. This whole raw, vegan, paleo, keto options are exploding,
Yeah. Yep.
basically. And you see products coming up every time more with new ones. So, what makes you pop?
I think what really makes these products stand out is, I mean, they're complete. They're very unique. I think there's really nothing that is on shelf next to coconut wraps and even coconut crunch cereal that is this similar. The idea that the coconut wraps are shelf stable, 4 net carbs per serving. You've got other grain-free coconut wraps or grain-free wraps, cassava wrap. They do almond. They do other flours, but those are generally sold in refrigerated area. And if you do look at those, they're higher carb content. Ingredient list is going to be longer. So this really is a unique, innovative product that I think is you just don't see anything else that like it.
No, for me, it was kind of mind blowing just browsing Amazon and then find this option, because sometimes there's these dehydrated wraps where they make out of veggies and stuff. And I used to make them, but it was really expensive for me to plug in the dehydrator and have made the things. But it's so just amazing to watch the brand grow and how everyone is the community Nuco has been building around feeding families and people who are looking for hearty and healthy swaps. It's made, I think, people mindset easier to make them, because you're not sacrificing flavor for health, as some of would believe when they are just entering the whole air quotes healthy label product universe.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that's a really good point that consumers don't compromise, when buying these products. It's in line with natural, healthy, organic, kosher, non-inflammatory, and then, also sustainably sourced ingredients, as well as, fair trade, where you're still helping the communities that are, picking the coconuts and providing the coconut, as well as manufacturing the product. So all the way around, it's the full package. It's giving back everything, giving back to people who are trying to do something for their health, in addition to community that the products came from.
And this all these labels that you have mentioned before, they are not just for marketing strategy, they are real.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Do you believe the food that we have been eating, it's the reason for the health and environmental issues that we are facing now, and that you as Nuco are becoming part of the solution for the next generation?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good question, a really good point to make, that a lot of the products that are out there that aren't paying attention to the sustainability and how it's sourced, produced, manufactured, down to, the packaging, and then, how it affects your body once, you eat it. These products, you're right, they're not great for the environment and they're not great for your body. And so NUCO's products are really an answer to healthful, sustainable, environmentally friendly, products, just going down that road that will help the world going forward.
It's kind of like a full circle of wellness, and being a nutrient-rich paleo keto vegan, raw, free of gluten, yeast, starch, soy, egg, lard, and dairy, your products fulfill needs of a very, very specific niche. How it's the experience behind creating brand awareness?
A lot of the marketing is grassroots. There's a lot of people out there that it is a niche, but that are looking for something healthy, that have some very serious health and medical conditions that these products really help. I mean, there's a lot of people who contact us who are very sick and who are very happy when they find something that they can eat. Hey, this is, I'm not able to eat a lot of things, but I can eat this. And so that's always really gratifying, and, really helps us know, we're doing the right thing. And like I said, it's a lot of grassroots. It's people, like yourself, who find the products and can't wait to tell others about it. So on Instagram and Facebook and the social media platforms, even now TikTok, we've got people who just constantly are making meals with our products and then sharing them. And it's a nice kind of viral marketing strategy where everyone's just sharing it with their friends. And there's a lot of reach with that. So it's really great. It's a nice sense of community that we create, linking other people who all have the same, the same ideology about health and wellness, and how they create and share and, like the products as well. So it's exciting. It's really fun.
And it's a marketing strategy, but it's not forced within the community. It's everyone just really willing to share the recipes and talk about a product. I feel, not a best option as a brand to have, that you have to reach out and ask for feedback of the product, or to people send in pictures or tag them on their social. Everyone is just willing to do it because they taste and they really believe in the brand, and it has become part of their lifestyle. I feel really well. I know that because I have all these medical things that don't let me eat certain kind of foods, finding these swaps, it makes me jump all around like a little kid. And the products are the true meaning behind a clean label. Just, for example, the wraps with 3 simple ingredients, as you said: coconut meat, coconut water, and oil. It's a perfect bread and tortilla alternative that created. How is the recipe development process that you reach out in the time that you know that there's maybe a need to have another product, or when you guys started doing the original flavor and then added the turmeric and cinnamon?
Yeah, so basically the way we go from concept to product is really coming up with an idea for what the product is going to be, what you think you want to do. Like you said, you have made the coconut wraps in a dehydrator. That is a way to do it. It is a lengthy process. And so, just coming up with that idea and then working with a food scientist who can put together something that will work in the natural product space as a packaged product. So, there's a lot behind that, and our food scientist just goes through and figures out how to make all that happen. So we have a year shelf life. How is it going to be in the packaging? Are the wraps going to stick together? Do we need something between that? There's all those things that you have to work out that get they get really detailed in the process, then figuring out what type of package, how will it be presented to the consumer? Is it going to be, in a film? Should we put it in a box? How does all that go? Then working with a designer on the look of the product. As you said, talking about the different flavors, coming up with the moringa and the turmeric, cinnamon. Those are all great anti-inflammatory ingredients that, provide a lot of health benefits. The moringa is one that, everybody knows turmeric. That one's very well, talked about how turmeric has anti-inflammatory health benefits, but so does moringa. Moringa has, it's a great source of iron and calcium and has very high antioxidants and bioavailable nutrients. It's a really good one for skin, reducing stress, helps with digestion, energy, immunity. So we come up with these. It's also a great ingredient that is in the Philippines. So we look for things that are plentiful where the product's being produced. So yeah, those are just some different ways of, and then cinnamon's another great one for, again, anti-inflammatory and blood sugar issues, helps regulate blood sugar, that type of thing. Just things that people will recognize health benefits and also be drawn to something that they somewhat know. It's a long process.
It's a long process, yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about a whole other show.
I find it so interesting. I'm a graphic designer and I own a branding studio with my partner and my business partner. And we get to meet all these entrepreneurs and talk about their process. And when it's the product already placed in the shelves, it looks really easy. But the story behind it may take a lot of time to talk about it.
Yeah.
And what I find really interesting is that moringa, it's actually grown here. They call it one of the Mayan superfoods because it grows in Guatemala too. So when I saw it, moringa is not that common to hear as a superfood as you said, turmeric or even, I don't know, spirulina and all of the things that have become kind of mainstream. So it was really interesting to see how even the Philippines, it's kind of really looked alike in the agriculture part with Guatemala.
Yeah, that's nice. The nice thing too about the moringa coconut wraps, they say 1 teaspoon of moringa powder daily is great to get health benefits. 1 coconut wrap has 3 teaspoons of moringa in it.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's actually a fantastic, almost like superfood coconut wrap. It really is. If you eat that, you're going to be covering a lot of bases for your daily nutrient intake. So it's kind of cool. I love that one.
And how do you use the products on your active, healthy lifestyle? Eat plant-based and low-carb diet, right?
Yep. I find, whatever I'm making, it's a lot of times it's the leftovers that you have. So if I've made some type of vegetable stir fry, I've got that, maybe with some vegan cheese, wrap that up and away you go. I love the cinnamon coconut wraps with nut butters and berries.
Yum.
Just the cereal with plant-based unsweetened yogurt, even just, right out of the box as a snack. You can put it with the milk as well. And then I don't know if you're familiar. Have you seen the Coconut Power Crunch, the new snack product?
They look amazing.
Oh, you haven't tried it?
No, I haven't, but I'm really eager to.
Yeah, those are great too. So they're flavored, but those are also great on top of smoothies or, like a protein shake or yogurt, or it's great as a quick snack right out of the box or right out of the bag. So yeah, the nice thing about these products is they're very very user friendly and
Versatile.
versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever you like. There's a lot of people who like the products who are paleo and keto, and they tend to eat a lot of meat. So, they're going to do it with their chickens and cheese or steak or whatever they like to do. So, yeah, very versatile, fits a lot of different lifestyles. And that's always a little bit of a juggling act for us as well, because as it's a niche product, it's a broad niche, right? There's people from these very different diets and lifestyles that it works for them. So there's always kind of a juggling act in marketing and bringing out product and brand awareness. You don't want to offend vegan people with meat type recipes, but at the same time, there's that whole group of people that want to know and share their keto recipes, so we share those as well. So it's a little bit of a balancing act.
Here in Guate, we eat a lot of tortilla con frijol, that it's tortilla with
Yeah.
beans.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like refried beans, I
Yeah.
think. And just eating it like that with the nuco, the turmeric one, it's easy and so good snack for me. I have a lot of alternatives that I use too, but if anyone is wondering how to eat it, well, you have a lot of options. And even if it's a raw wrap, talking about specifically the wraps, you guys can cook it too. I put it sometimes in a hot pan or in the panini press, and you can really mix it up. I haven't tried the cereal and the crunches, but it looks really cool. And I love that they are coming up with more variety of products on the cereal department, because when you go into the aisle in the supermarket and you see all of these boxes and turn around and see the label, everything has sugar in it. And
Oh yeah.
I haven't find any option here in Guatemala where there is not a cereal without any processed sugar, and it's really upsetting.
Yeah, I think cereal is one of those categories where it needs an overhaul. It's needed an overhaul for a long time, and Nuco came out with this grain-free cereal a few years ago, and now it really seems that the grain-free cereals are starting to take off. I'm starting to see more and more in the stores. They're not necessarily low carb, and they tend to have higher ingredient counts on it, but the price point is about the same. And I think it really comes from the demand and people seeing that, that the grain free, they're doing grain free diets. They understand the anti-inflammatory effects of that. So, there's now more options for that. Nuco is actually we're introducing a cinnamon coconut crunch cereal at this time. So, yeah, going back to your question about how do you
Childhood.
put it all together, and like you said, working with your design team, you start with your, especially the packaging, you start with one look, and it really, I mean, it is a lot of different stages of looking at something, getting your copy and your design and everything on the box, and you just keep tweaking it. And you could tweak it for months and months and months. And finally, at some point, you just got to get it out there. So we've just actually been through that process with the Coconut Crunch Cereal Cinnamon. And we should actually have that one out in the next few weeks. So that's exciting too.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
We'll have to send you some of that.
Yeah. Thank you. And who was the major retailer to be picked up by Nuco?
So I think what really helped Nuco's growth was getting into distribution with the two bigger natural distributors in the U.S., which is KeHE and UNFI. And I mean, there's so many smaller retailers that have either one store up to 12 stores. We call them the infra accounts, and then also the National Co-op of Grocers. Those are, amount to hundreds of accounts for NUCO, and those are really important retailers to us. And all that said, though, we've, also branched into picking up big retailers like Whole Foods. That's for basically California, Nevada, Arizona, also Canada. Natural Grocers by Vitamin Cottage has our cereal and our coconut power crunch. Walmart has the coconut wraps.
Wow.
The Hy-Vee stores in the Midwest, those are also big accounts. And then Wegmans as well carries the coconut wraps. So there's big names, and those are great to get into, but the smaller natural retailers across the country are also super important, and we really value their business. So, that's really helped drive a lot of NUCO's growth over the years. It's been really important.
Supporting this kind of mom and pop shops.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the consumer that, really likes products like this and brands like this tend to shop in smaller stores where they're supporting a local retailer. And, it's a good fit for them.
Great. So to wrap up, no pun intended, the episode, I love to ask 3 rapid fire questions to my guests.
Okay, I'm ready.
And you can either answer it with a sentence or a word.
Okay.
What is a daily habit that you do that brings you joy into your life?
Working out and walking daily.
Staying active with mind and body.
Exactly.
What is your favorite vegan food?
My favorite packaged vegan food, is coconut crunch cereal. But beyond that, I do like the Beyond spicy sausages. I find that works especially great with coconut wraps.
Yum. I haven't tried that one.
That's one I like.
I'll try it.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. And then, as far as vegan, I love, avocados and vegetables and different vegan cheeses as well.
Yeah. What do you think would be a habit or a step, maybe an idea that our amantes de la vida, that I like to call the listeners, can apply into the practice today based on what you shared with us?
What can listeners apply today? Like a new inspiration?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's just really following your idea of eating healthy. And, I think that in turn means really looking at everything you put in your body and reading the labels and just making those healthy decisions with every meal and every day.
I love it. Staying healthy and, always looking for products like you guys.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Marka, for your time, knowledge, and energy. I am sure that you planted a seed of hope and curiosity today in those who are listening to us. And maybe they will apply into practice according to what their heart guides them to enjoy life and have the opportunity. If you guys are either in the States or in Canada, Australia is a country that they sell NUCO into.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. Australia.
Get them there. And if you are from Guatemala or Central America, there's always Amazon that you can get them.
Yeah, we need to get into some Guatemala stores.
Yeah, we'll be really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.
Llegamos al final de otro episodio del podcast Viva la Vida. Espero que hayas obtenido información e inspiración de él y te sientas motivado a tomar pequeños pasos para gozar aún más de la vida. Gracias por escucharme y pasar tiempo conmigo hoy. Si disfrutaste de este episodio, no olvides suscribirte y dejar tu review. Todo tu apoyo realmente significa mucho para mí. Y si mientras escuchabas este podcast pensaste en alguien a quien le podría interesar, me encantaría si se lo compartieras. Con pequeñas muestras de amor podemos cambiarle el día a alguien. Si buscas más inspiración, continuemos la conversación en Instagram. Me puedes encontrar como Silvana la Vegana. ¡Enjoy! Esta es una producción de Sputnik Media, hosteado por Silvana Manfredi, escrito y narrado por Silvana Manfredi, producido por La Niña Almendra, mezcla de sonido Mike Zhu. Agradecimientos especiales a Tim Tutrello, Cami Asgar y Richard Burnett.
Sputnik Media.